Hello everybody, Glass Half Dead here, and today we have the Asuryani, Eldar, Aeldari, gets confusing, I know, commanders. For anybody kind of unaware of what's going on with those names, they used to be called Eldar, then the name Eldar got changed to Aeldari, and then they are now three factions, which are the Drukhari, the Dark Eldar, the Inari, who are the new guys, and the Asuryani. The S is said like a Z. Asuryani. Or maybe Asuryani? Let's go with that. Asuryani. Like the Y is in there, Asuryani. There you go, that's how I'm going to say it. For the rest of this video, Asuryani. Cool. These guys used to just be called Craftworld Eldar. That's what I think of them as, but Asuryani. Okay. So, in general, the Asuryani kill team doesn't get much play, from what I'm hearing. They seem to be a little bit, not underpowered per se, but weird and fiddly to play because then their regular guns are only 12 inches. And they don't have any AP. You're counting on rolling sixes to get effectively a rend effect, which gives you -3 to the AP then. But that's only on a 6, and if anybody remembers the new channel motto, it's, if your plan is to roll sixes, you don't have a plan. With that said, I think they actually have some pretty nice commanders. Let's go over the Autarch. Movement 7, which is in line with the rest of the Asuryani kill team. Weapon skill 2, ballistic skill 2. Exactly what you'd expect as a commander, because their regular guys are 3-ups. Strength 3, toughness 3. Ouch. We can all agree that's ouch. That is unfortunately in line with the rest of the Eldar. Wounds 5, attacks 4, leadership 9, save 3. Not terrible. You're going to need those wounds, that's for sure. Let's keep going. This model is armed with a Starglaive and plasma grenades. What does that mean for us? What on earth is a Starglaive? So a strength ×2, which normally is amazing and great. However, in this instance, it only actually gives you a strength of 6, which is still good. However, you are paying for it, just like you would with a Power Fist or Power Claw. So your strength ×2, giving you strength 6. Your AP -3, your damage D3. When attacking with this weapon, you must subtract 1 from the hit roll. Now, obviously, if you're ever in close combat, you are almost certainly hitting on 2s, -1 hitting on 3s. You're still getting 4 attacks hitting on 3s. That's pretty good. That's still pretty good. And, you know, you're going to get D3 damage because your AP -3, statistically, I think, I'm just going to throw it out there, you're deleting a regular unit a turn. You'd be very unlucky not to. However, things heat up with this bad boy. Let's keep going. This model may replace its Starglaive with a Power Sword, Fusion Pistol, and Swooping Hawk Wings. If it does so, its move characteristic is increased to 14 inches, and it gains the Jump Pack and Fly keywords. Now, that makes the Autarch the fastest model in the game. Apart from Harlequins, because they're broken. Ha! No. But, so, gives you a Jump Pack, which at the moment means nothing, and Fly. And we all know what Fly does. Gives us shenanigans. However, you may remember I was bringing up the Fly rule when I was talking about the Exalted Sorcerer and being able to have weird Fly shenanigans when you put him on a disc. Because the range of his pistols, or guns, whatever, are 12 inches. So you can move his full 12 inches and get a shot off. This guy, his fusion pistol is only 6 inches. So, that's, yeah. So, if you want to fall back from your melee and still get a shot off, you can only fall back 6 inches. Which means you are going to get charged, most likely. Obviously not by the same model on the same turn, but it's not like you're making a clean getaway, like you could with the 12 inches from the Exalted Sorcerer there. With that said, you do have, if you want to use it, the full 14-inch movement, and if you just want to bug out, you can do that. You can, and you have fly, so you're just swooping straight over any terrain, go wherever you want, you're fine. I will, however, read out what a fusion pistol is, because obviously not everyone is familiar with the Asuryani. Range 6 inches, pistol 1, strength 8, AP -4, damage D6. It's a beast, isn't it? Yeah. If the target is within half range of this weapon, roll 2 dice when inflicting damage with it and discard the lowest result. So that's your standard melter. It's basically a melter pistol. Does a melter pistol exist? We can find that. You know what? We'll find out now. Melter pistols do not exist. Okay. That must have been a thing from an earlier edition of 40k, or it just didn't get moved over to Kill Team. I don't know. However, effectively, the fusion pistol is a melter gun with half range, and it's a pistol instead of a sword gun. You also get a power sword, which is strength user, so it's only strength 3, which isn't, you know. But then AP -3, damage 1, and you will get 4 attacks with that. You can probably do pretty decently in melee. You've got your power sword, okay, you're going to struggle to wound, but you do have your fusion pistol that as long as you haven't charged or been charged, you can shoot. And quite likely kill, to be honest. Because obviously if you're in combat, you're within 1 inch, which means you're under half range. So you're rolling 2d6 and discarding the lowest to see how much wrecking of face you are doing. And a plasma grenade, for those that don't know, is a pretty standard grenade. It's 6 inches, grenade d6, strength 4, AP -1, damage 1. Interesting. Let's keep going. Ancient Doom. Now this is an Asuryani wide rule. The standard guys have it. You can reroll failed hit rolls in the fight phase for this model in a battle round in which it charges or is charged by a Slaanesh model. However, you must add 1 to nerve test for this model if it is within 3 inches of any Slaanesh model. Now some of you may instantly be thinking, wait, there are no Slaanesh models yet, so this is useless. You're generally correct. However, it will be noted that Heretic Astartes can choose to be Slaanesh models. They probably won't, but they can. Battle focus. Again, this is an Asuryani standard thing, standard rule. If this model moves or advances in the movement phase, its weapons are used as if the model had remained stationary. So you're probably not going to need to advance in the movement phase. However, you can if you want to, and you can still fire your fusion pistol at full BS of 2s, which is pretty damn good. And because you can move so far, you can probably get to somewhere without line of sight, or somewhere that's not obscuring, and you could probably get within 3 inches of them. So you are probably able to hit on 2s and get off your full fusion pistol. You're doing the Lord's work there. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Gloss, I don't want to be within 3 inches of an enemy that I haven't charged. That's going to hurt. You're right. You are so right, guys. However, let me tell you why this guy is a beast. Okay, this is the key. And people will hate you. People hate Asuryani, in 40k for this reason. There is a tactic that you can use. Can you see it? Fire and Fade. 1 CP Craft World's tactic. Use this tactic after a model from your kill team shoots in the shooting phase. The model can immediately make a normal move of up to 7 inches as if it were a movement phase. Now, you are not unfortunately able to move your full 14 inches, but you still have fly. You can probably get away, can't you? You can jump into within 3 inches, shoot an unobscured target, and then just run away, disappear. And that, to my mind, is why the Autarch is potentially... So he's going to be so annoying, guys, I know. Trust me, I know, he is. But, just because... He's going to cost you 1 CP a turn, okay? But there's more. I'm going to finally actually look at one of the specialities, because, as you know, possibly, I am considering running Asuryani, and I think the Autarch is a winner, because you want to take him as, I think it's level 3, and you give him the wings. Obviously, you've got to give him the wings, because you need that fusion pistol. And you take him as a shooting specialist. So, level 1, shootist. Reroll hit rolls of 1 for this model when it makes a shooting attack, which means you're hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Then, at level 2, you get an option, but you go Pistolier. This model can shoot twice with 1 pistol weapon they are armed with in the shooting phase after they have shot their pistol a first time. Immediately shoot with it again. And we can look at the other ones, but so that's it, level 2. You want to take a level 2 Autarch as a shootist. Shootist? Shooting. Specialist. That way, you can fire your fusion pistol twice a turn. You're basically deleting any unit. No, sorry, you're basically deleting 2 of every unit from the core rule set, not including commanders, obviously, a turn. Because you're re-rolling 1s, you're hitting on 2s, you do that, and then fire and fade, run away 7 inches. You're a beast. People are going to hate you so much. It's disgusting. And you know what? Even against commanders, you're doing d6 damage twice. You're basically doing 2d6 damage. They will, of course, have an invuln save, and you can't get around that, but that's crazy, guys. That is crazy. Let's keep going, because this has been ages. Children of Baharoth. Autarch with swooping hawk wings only. During deployment, you can set up this model in the skies instead of placing it on the battlefield. At the end of any movement phase, this model can descend, set it up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from any enemy models. Now that's at the end of a movement phase. I don't really see why you do it, actually, because you're going to have 14-inch movement base, and you can advance with no penalty to shooting, potentially giving you 20-inch movement. Well, no, okay. You know what? This is good. Because it happens at the end of the movement phase. You know what, guys? I take back everything I was just about to say. You are a leader assassin. It doesn't matter where they put their leader. You drop him. Oh, no. Oh, it's 9 inches away. Yeah, okay, it's useless. Does nothing for you. It's terrible. With his amazing movement of 14 inches plus the advance of a d6, and he's got fly, you can get literally anywhere on the board turn 2, and since you need to be within 6 inches to shoot, and this puts you 9 inches away, so you can't shoot, you're gonna have to wait till the second turn, assuming you land him on the first turn, to actually do anything with him. Children of Baharoth is useless. I disavow it. If I had a Sharpie, I would cross it out. Terrible. Okay, Force Shield. This model has a 4-up invuln save. Good, you're going to need that with a toughness of 3. God damn. Save is a 3-up normally. You're probably going to be using that invuln save a lot. Mandy Blasters. Autarch with swooping hawk wings only. At the beginning of each fight phase, you can pick up a single enemy model within 1 inch of this model roll of d6. On the roll of 6, this model suffers a mortal wound. Just remember you have it for the times that you do end up in close combat, which, again, in the shooting specialism pistolier build that I made up for him, you're not going to want to do. Don't do that. You crazy? You do not want to be fighting. You want to be shooting that fusion pistol. Although do note that obviously you can shoot the fusion pistol within 1 inch of an enemy model. However, you will have charged or been charged and therefore missed a turn of hardcore double fusion pistol shooting. Alright, let's go over his tactic. Path of Command 1 CP, as long as this model is not shaken. Oh, it's an aura. Sorry. Start of the battle round till the end. As long as this model is not shaken, you can reroll hit rolls of 1 for friendly models within 6 inches of this model. I think I've made my my views on re-rolling ones for hit rolls when the majority of your troops are hitting on 3s. Well, actually, it's not so bad with this because you are going to be... So your base guys are hitting on 3s. However, because they only have 12-inch range guns, you're going to be over half range, so you're hitting on 4s, really. Which is quite the hidden stealth nerf to Eldar shooting there. So actually, that is pretty useful. And you don't really want to be in combat, so having +1 to wound wouldn't make a difference. I've actually decided the path of command is pretty good. Like, if it was a toss-up between +1 to hit rolls and +1 to wound rolls in the fight phase, then I'll take the hit rolls. Because this is for close combat as well. And of course, an aura affects him. Not that you need it, because, we've already discussed how you don't need it, but yeah. So, let's go over his points. Level 1, 55, level 2, 70, level 3, 85, level 4, 110. A fusion pistol is 10, swooping hawk wings are 20. So, you plus 30 to whatever his cost is. His cost is 70. As we already discussed, you want that sexy pistolier shooting tactic. He's an even 100 points. There you go. You can literally just tack him on to the end of your standard kill team, and you have yourself a commander kill team. Brilliant. I genuinely think that's a great way to play him. Obviously, I haven't done it yet. I will soon. I'll let you know just how wrong I am. Okay, good stuff. Well, I took ages to do that. I'm sorry, guys. Let's power through. I know what you're thinking, guys. It's been 20 minutes. And we've only done one of the 3. What the hell's going on? I'm going to go as quick as I can. 7-inch, 3 up, 3 up. 3, 3, 2, 2, 8, 6 plus 1. Now, obviously, that's a pretty crappy stat line. Yeah, it is. He gets a Shuriken pistol and a Witchblade. Shuriken pistol is 12 inches, pistol 1, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. This is the... all of their basic guns get this ability, which is what I was talking about earlier, which is each time you make a wound roll of 6 plus with this weapon, that hit is resulting in an AP of -3 instead of 0. But again, just said, if your plan is to roll 6s, you don't have a plan. And a Witchblade is melee, strength user, AP 0, damage D3, weapon always wounds on a roll of a 2 plus. It's not bad, to be honest. It does mean they're getting their full armor save. Now, this model may replace this Witchblade with a Singing Spear, which would mean you get the Shuriken pistol and the Singing Spear when it comes to ranged weapons. So the Singing Spear is a 2-profile thing, 1 range, 1 melee. At range, you get 12 inches, so the same as your pistol. It's Assault 1, Strength 9, AP 0, damage D3. This weapon always wounds on a roll of a 2 plus. Why do we have Strength 9 then? Like, how does that matter? Does that? If you always wound on a roll of a 2 plus, does your strength matter at all? I don't think so, unless I'm forgetting a rule. But it can also be used in melee, and then it is exactly the same as a Witchblade. And to be honest, for 3 points, I take that. Because at the very least, it lets you, you get to shoot pistol and Singing Spear. Cool. Ancient Doom, we already covered that. Battle Focus, we already covered that. Rune Armor, you get a 4-up invuln save. Considering your save was 6 plus, yes please. Now you can't be many things with the Warlock, unfortunately. It's only logistics, melee, psycho, and shooting. Now he doesn't have the sexy shooting abilities of the fusion pistol, so meh. Chances are you're going to be running this guy as a psycho if you run him, and the only reason you'd be running him is so that you can max out on running a swarm of normal guys. Because he's only level 1, 20 points. Well, 23 with the Singing Spear. And of course, that means you can have a board filled with, I think you could get, you could get 17 Dire Avengers if you wanted to. That's going to be annoying to shift. They're going to put out some hurt. They will still fall like flies though, so questionable. He can manifest 1 psychic power, deny 1 psychic power. He gets Psybolt. Here are the abilities, or psychic things, sorry. Conceal/reveal, obviously, we are now all thinking of Frozen. Conceal Reveal has a warp charge value of 5. If manifested, choose a model within 12 inches of the Psyker. If you choose a friendly model, your opponent must subtract 1 from hit rolls for ranged weapons that target that model until the next psychic phase. If you choose an enemy model, that model is not considered to be obscured for the purposes of hit rolls until the next psychic phase. So that's the Warlock's thing. Although you can only take one of these, they all have multiple double effects, depending on whether you target your guy or the enemy. So it's kind of cool, actually. It's a nice little thing. No other psychic powers seem to do this. Protect/Jinx has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, choose a model within 12 inches of the Psyker. If you choose a friendly model, add 1 to saving throws made for that model until the next psychic phase. Potentially very useful. If you choose an enemy model, that model's controlling player must subtract 1 from saving throws made for that model until the next psychic phase. For some reason, I feel like adding 1 to one of your model's saving throws is good, but subtracting 1 isn't. I probably need to think about why I have that view. But yeah, cool. Empower/Innovate. Empower/Innovate has a warp charge value of 5. If manifested, choose a model within 12 inches. If you choose a friendly model, add 1 to wound rolls in the fight phase for that model's attacks until the next psychic phase. If you choose an enemy model, that model's controlling player must subtract 1 from wound rolls made for that model's attacks in the fight phase until the next psychic phase. The only time you'd ever probably use Empower is if you're taking a close combat oriented Dire Avenger Autarch with the Shimmer Shield and I think Glaive something. Otherwise, I don't see you ever wanting to empower any of your guys because you are not close combat guys. Even the close combat guys are not close combat guys. They suck in close combat. Because strength 3, what can you do? And that's it. That's the Warlock. Over to the Farseer. So, for anybody that doesn't know, very roughly, this is kind of similar to the Primaris Lieutenant versus the Primaris Captain. The Farseer is the more expensive guy who generally is better. However, sorry, I didn't go over the points cost for the Warlock. Level 1 he's 20, level 2 he's 25, level 3 he's 40, level 4 he's 60. The Farseer, conversely, is level 1 55, level 2 70, level 3 85, level 4 110. Exactly the same points there as the Autarch. We're doing the stat line. 7 inch, standard, 2 plus, 2 plus, good. 3 3 5 2. So he's got the wounds, like the Autarch, but less attacks. Leadership 9, save 6 up. I'll spoil it for you now, guys. He gets rune armor as well, same as this guy, same as the Autarch. He's got a 4 up invuln. Yeah, 4 up invulns all round. So he gets Ancient Doom, Battle Focus. So Ghost Helm. Roll a d6 whenever this model suffers a mortal wound, adding 3 to the roll if the mortal wound was inflicted as the result of the Psycho rolling Peril to the Warp. On a 5 up, that wound is not lost. He gets his own little He gets his own little mortal wound focused, or mortal wound specific, disgustingly resilient. Cool. It also means, generally, going to be really hard for you to perils yourself, as you are saving that wound on a 2 up. You get a 4 up invuln. Rune to the Farseer. Once in each psychic phase, you can reroll any number of dice used for this model's attempt to manifest or deny a psychic power. That's pretty tasty, isn't it? I like that. And obviously it works in tandem with Ghost Helm. Go for it. I believe there are also tactics if you become a Psyker that let you roll a 3rd dice for your psychic phase, for your psychic tests, which obviously Rune to the Farseer then helps out with. It also means if you do perils, you can re-roll a dice. Very hard to perils with the Farseer. Sorry, let's go over what he's got. Shuriken Pistol, Witchblade. It's exactly the same as the Warlock. Identical. Shuriken Pistol, Witchblade. Witchblade can be swapped out for Singing Spear, but in this case it's 5 points instead of 3. Should you do it? Depends what you're going to use him for. Either way, you still only have a range of 12. Yeah, okay, you'll do it. Yeah, okay, you'll do it for 5 points. If you've got the 5 points, that is. Gone over that. Specialists, again, not many. But he can be Leadership, Logistics, Psycho, Strategist. So, if I were to choose a model to be a Strategist, I'd probably go with the Farseer over the Autarch. To be honest, they're the same points cost. This guy can do things from behind the lines without getting up close, whereas the Autarch has to get up close. And also, I'm just totally in love with the idea of the Autarch as a pistol guy. Model can attempt to manifest 2 psychic powers and deny 2 psychic powers. So it's one of the few models that can deny 2 psychic powers in each psychic phase. In fact, can the librarian do it? Deny 1. I think this is the only character that can attempt to deny 2 psychic phase rolls. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. He can only take one of 2 of these 3 guys plus Cyborg. Guide. Guide has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, choose a friendly model within 12 inches of the Psycho. You can re-roll failed hit rolls for that model's ranged weapons until the next psychic phase. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I believe that the Farseer is in fact within 12 inches of himself. So, you can, if for some reason you needed to, rely on your Singing Spear there to get some damage done. However, you can reroll failed hit rolls. Another good thing to use that on would be the Storm Guardian Gunners, because they have fusion blasters, which are basically fusion pistols, but 12-inch range. They're melter guns. They're literally melter guns. So a guide on a melter gun, very tasty. Fortune. Fortune has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, choose a friendly model within 12 inches of the Psyker. Until the next psychic phase, roll a d6 each time that model loses a wound. On a 5+, that wound is not lost. If that model already has an ability with a similar effect, you can choose which effect applies and reroll 1s when making these rolls. That's good. So that gives you disgustingly resilient. And again, you can pick yourself if you need to. I like it. Very tasty, very tasty. Will of Asuryani. Asuryani? How am I saying their name? Asuryani. Azuran. I'm not convinced, but okay. Will of Asuryani. Will of Azuran has a warp charge value of 5. If manifested, friendly models automatically pass nerve tests while they are within 6 inches of the Psyker until the next psychic phase. In addition, you can add 1 to deny the witch tests that you make for the Psyker until the next psychic phase. Are you going to need that? Yes, you are. You are. Eldar do have a pretty high leadership. I think it's 7. However, they are... Yeah, they're 7 across the board. Apart from your XR... Oh, apart from Dire Avengers that are 8. I mean, you know, that's... To be honest, I'd probably take Guide and Fortune with that. And I don't think... Like, they're both warp charge 6s and you have the ability to re-roll. You're going to be Psybolting, Guiding, Fortuning with the Farseer there. I don't really see you doing much else. Strategist for the extra CP, and you are going to want those CP. Don't forget that you have some pretty cool guns that you can cast Fortune on, but as soon as you get them in there, they're squishy like paper. And so you want to be using Fire and Fade to get them back out. If you're using a CP every turn, you're going to want some CP generation. And we'll go over leadership logistics saga another time, and that is the end of the Asuryani. There you go. Okay, guys. Those are all of the kill teams, commanders that I have wanted to cover. I know there are others I haven't covered. I haven't done Imperial Guard. I haven't done Harlequins. Oh, I should do Harlequin. We'll think about that. We'll see. I'll do them later. However, for now, I want to give all of you guys a bit of context and go over the missions and also go over the actual specialities, so that everybody that doesn't have the book yet can know exactly what it means when I'm saying, oh yeah, take an Autarch with stealth. What the hell does that mean? Or take an Autarch with ferocity or leadership. You don't know what that means. All you know is I say you should go shooting. And I keep saying strategist is really good. Well, soon we're going to find out why I think that. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen today. I hope maybe the Asuryani commanders has made you think, hey, you know what? That Autarch, that pistol build, hell yes, I'm doing that. Who knows? Anyway, thanks very much, everybody. Glass half dead. Oh no, what do I say first? Have a great day, everybody. I hope you've had a great day so far, and I hope you continue to have a great day. I'm sorry this video has been so long. That's all I can say, really. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a great day. Glass half dead. Logging out.